Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.
So what I'm going to be testing here is 0 to 60, and I'm doing the 0 to 60 on my Racelogic VBOX Sport because that is a very accurate GPS. It's the same type of testing equipment that magazines use, Car and Driver and Road and Track, stuff like that. And I'm also going to be doing the same 0 to 60 run on the Cobb. So one of the goals of this is to test how accurate the Cobb is, because I know my Racelogic is super accurate, but we don't really know how accurate the Cobb is. I've seen a lot of people post their numbers, and there's a lot of expectations that the Cobb is accurate, but nobody really knows how accurate it is. So that's what I hope to find out. So I have the Cobb set to 0 to 60. I have the launch control set at, looks like about 4,500. I have my Racelogic, so I'm going to start the run and do a 0 to 60, 4,500 launch. Okay, I forgot to turn off traction control. So that's what it does if you try to launch it with traction control on. As soon as the tires start slipping, it panics and it cuts your power and it fucks everything up. So this time we will turn off traction control. Start that run again, reset the Cobb. So AC is off. It is 84 degrees outside. It's sunny, warm. So let's see what this thing will do. Okay, that didn't quite work. There's not enough room where I was testing it. So let me go somewhere else. And before I do that, I'm actually going to increase the launch control because it's just bogging. Yeah, it's set at 4,400, so I'm going to go to 55. All right, take two. Got that set up, the Cobb set up, this is set up. Jesus, that was harsh. So that was 0 to 60 in 5.9, which is terrible. Okay. Got some better data there. So that was 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds on the VBOX, and that was 0 to 60 in 5.359. So let me look at a little bit closer. The VBOX says it was 5.65, which is very accurate GPS data. The Cobb shows 5.359. So yeah, the Cobb's not very accurate. That, and I'm a little disappointed in my 0 to 60 run. That wasn't good at all. I was hoping to, I was hoping to get closer to 4 or something. I guess that's probably about what the car is capable of. I wish it could be better, but maybe we'll try for another run. So another reason to do this was I'm going to be going stage 2 soon. So I want to kind of see what kind of 0 to 60 I can do stage 1. When I'm doing the 1-2 shift, I'm flat footing it, and I'm getting a big clunk between the shifts. And I know that's probably just the drive line and everything moving around, but it doesn't feel good. It feels like you're breaking something. So some other stats. I have 2 car seats in the back that are really heavy Chico seats. And I actually have a box of those fire log things. What are those called? Duralogs. I got a box of the Duralogs in the trunk too. So I'm running, probably a couple 100 pounds of crap in the car. And me, myself, I'm not light. I weigh about 220, 230. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're running quick 0 to 60s. Because if I would have thought my 0 to 60 was 5.3, I'd have been, oh shit, that's not bad. But 5.6, it's not really anything to write home about. 0.3 of a second in the 60 is a huge difference. I'm gonna see if I can probably raise the launch control even higher. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. Just want to make sure I give the clutch a little bit of time to cool off. So I'm going 6,000 on the launch control. So now we are cooking with fire. So I do believe that the car could probably, with, you know, launching it right at the limiter with as much as it's got, you could probably get a really good 60 in it, maybe four something, 4.5. And that's with some slipping of the clutch, like just getting as much power to the ground as you possibly can. But of course, to do that, you have to kind of be willing to fuck up your car. And unfortunately, I'm not, because I'm not a magazine tester who's just thrashing on a car that's not mine. So I'm gonna run this test again. AC's off, Cobb is set, this is ready. And the Cobb didn't give me any data. So this says 0 to 60 1.2 or 5.2 seconds. So that was much better. I got a shitload of wheel spin off the line. Like I saw smoke coming from the front tires. So I'd probably, in order to get it down a little bit more, I'd probably have to launch it a little bit higher and air down the tires. The tires are running full pressure. So 5.2 is not bad at all. But the Cobb didn't give me any data, which kind of pisses me off. It's just sitting there. The car definitely hit 62 because I banged it against the limiter in second. So not really sure why the Cobb let me down. 5.19. 5.19. So let's just round that to a 5.1. Sounds better, even though it's clearly a 5.2. So that's not bad. 5.2 to 60. The problem with these cars is, you know, everybody looks at the magazines and it quotes like this really quick 0 to 60 time. And yeah, the car's capable of doing it, but you know, to get the car to do that, you're putting the car through hell. I mean, you're doing hell on the clutch. So it's not really advisable to try to get those times in it unless you really don't care about screwing up the car. You know, at the end of the day, the car is capable of those times. Honestly, the car 60-footed, if you look at my rain video, it's 60-footed almost as good in the rain. And I think the reason for that is it just had more wheel spin. I was launching it harder in the rain, and it probably stayed up in the power a little bit better. So there you go. The WRX is capable of just as fast of speeds in the rain, at least in stock form, as in dry. I'm going to do it again. Got that set. Got this ready to go. And that was 5.6. You can probably see it in the video, but there was just a shitload of wheel spin in first gear. I mean, it practically spun through first gear, and the Cobb's not giving me any data again. Does anyone else run into this? I don't know if it wants me to go to third or what it's looking for, because clearly I hit 60. I mean, it said 60, limiter in second, that's 62. And this will even tell me the maximum speed I hit, which is 63.7. I think I will call this. I mean, I didn't get very good Cobb data. That's not really my fault. The Cobb kind of failed me.
Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Rubber escorts